President Jacob Zuma says South Africa's arts and culture fraternity has been robbed of a larger-than-life figure after the death of veteran actor Joe Mafela. Mafela was fondly known as Stumo in the 80s sitcoms S'gudi Snaysi, and he passed away, unfortunately and untimeously, on Saturday evening in a car crash in Johannesburg. At the time of his death, he was in the cast of SABC once popular soapie Generations The Legacy. Patrick Shai is one of the many South African actors who worked with Joe Mafela, and he joins us now on the line. A very good morning to you, Patrick. Thank you so much for speaking to Morning Live at this difficult time. Our condolences. It must have been hard for you when you received the news.
Yeah, it was quite strange because I was at a shopping mall yesterday morning, and people were just going on about is it true or it's not true. And obviously they were looking at me to provide an answer. Then I got a call from Bloemfontein, one of our colleagues, who wanted to verify as to whether this was indeed the case. I then went on to News 24 and I saw it and I almost collapsed. And yeah, I left everything there. I didn't even continue with my groceries and I went straight home. Took a quick shower, then I went straight to visit Joe's family. So I was quite devastated.
I mean, this is a relationship that goes back over 3 decades between yourself and Joe Mafela. You guys met in 1977 and continued to work with him, notably on one of your first productions, Mzumba, the African ballet. Can you tell us a little bit about those times?
Yes, I met Joe Mafela in 1977. When I was recruited to join Zumba African Ballet, which was performing at the Heya Safari Ranch. And there were about 30 of us young boys and girls who went to a horse stable where they were rehearsing in Midrand around Shawela. And there was Brajo, there was Joe Sakatiye, there was Putuku Kundani, there was Nexon Ngubeni. All 3 of them have since passed away, and now Joe has gone to join them. And these 3 guys were very hard on us youngsters. But Joe was the nicest person. He said the most encouraging words, such as, "You guys have a great talent. You guys, there's a reason why you are here. There's a calling that you are responding to. You're all going to make it. Just relax." And he took us through. He was such a fantastic man. He became, for me, Joe became more than just a creative father in the arts. In my personal space, in my personal life, Joe, played a major role. He came to my wedding, and the singer that Joe is, he would sing at any given opportunity. He would break into a song. And he graced my wedding. But in terms of the Zumba African Ballet, I was so immersed with Joe's performance and prowess of doing things. He was the narrator for the show. And at the end of the show, he had this wonderful way of closing the show. He would say, "It has been the greatest pleasure to have had the pleasure of your pleasure in making this a pleasurable pleasure." That was sweet. That was so sweet. And subsequently, I became the narrator. I did everything. I sang all the songs that Brajo was singing in the show. I tried everything to be like him, and he kept encouraging me. The first time he had me say the words, the closing words as he said them, he just laughed. He says, "Boy, you've got it, man. You've got it." His usual thumbs up thing. He was wonderful. He was fantastic. So yes, even when I had my dealing with my demons in my marriage, Joe was one of those few people in the arts who came to me and said, "Patrick, that's not how you treat your wife. You got to stop this nonsense, Malati." And that was Joe for me. He was more than a father figure. He was basically everything in the arts. He carried me under his wings. I think he had the widest wingspan, and yeah, he carried a lot of us. He helped me to touch the skies and dance with the stars. He really was helpful in setting up my career. Then I went on to meet him again when he was with with S'gudi Snaysi, and then he was then based in Cape Town, working with Penguins. And every time we went to shoot in Cape Town for Penguins, Joe would make sure that every actor that comes outside Cape Town is comfortable, reassures them now, everything is fine. Are you okay with your accommodation? Is the food okay? Are you okay with your lines? And he was very helpful. He truly was very helpful. And then, of course, we had a concept which then was called Chandis, a comedy. And he came up with the name Chandis. This was about two guys who were troublesome, who were con artists. And Joe said, you know what the name is? Chandis. Chandis meaning trouble. And he came up with that name. He was very quick-witted. He was very intelligent. He was quick at arriving at things.
So you would say that he was a father figure not only to you, but to so many people in the industry. And his legacy is perhaps, would you say, about more than just what he gave us as a singer and an actor?
I think, honestly, Joe, I mean, I was watching the videos this morning on the news, him dancing with the kids, elderly people. I mean, he's left us a very, very rich legacy. And for that, we must thank him. We must thank God that he brought into our lives a man of Joe's statuette, such a great, wonderful human being. And he will live in our hearts. He will live in our minds. He will live in our homes. He will live into posterity. There is nothing, I think, that will take away Joe. My wish would be that I wish they erect a statue for him in Shawela, right here in the township. So that's where he originates, in Shawela. That would be very, 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 a very, very good honor if there was anything to be done.
South Africans will remember him for his talents as a comedian, an actor, a singer, just an entertainment giant. How will you remember him, Patrick?
Well, I remember... Look, this is Joe, the artist, the actor. He's one of the first group of actors who went and did, feature films when we did not think that, African black actors could do feature films. We'll remember him for his roles there. We'll remember him. The one thing that I almost forgot, Joe was at Haynes Films as well, doing Uteliwe. And those were the first feature films that we had at the time. And he was wonderful. If you watch him in Uteliwe, he coined quite a lot of things. S'gudi Snaysi. He coined Peter Pleasure. If you say Peter Pleasure today amongst his peers and some of us, we would know you're talking about Joe. If you mention it's good, S'gudi Snaysi, linking that with the chicken hitting ad. And obviously became, I think, Joe is the founder of comedy, black comedy in South Africa. He came in at a time when we didn't think there would be anyone would be so hilarious and get us in stitches. So yes, we'll remember him for that, but for a lot of things, being a father figure to many of us. Some of the members of the group that I started with at Mzumba had the opportunity to go to London. And Joe, because I was part of the team, I was looking forward to going to London. And Joe said, no, Patrick, you're too good to go to London. You stay home and you become the director of the group that was to stay at Mzumba. I felt very cheated by him. But that was a wonderful opportunity he gave me, because then he threw me in the deep end to assemble the group that was staying behind at the range and train them and, put my clothes into directing and all of that. Yes, we will miss him dearly. We will miss him. We'll remember him for a whole lot of things. But Joe was a man of song. You put him in a group of people, it may be 10 people, within 3-4 hours, he will break into a song.
Patrick, thank you so much for sharing those wonderful memories with us. It's been a pleasure to have your pleasure in remembering a man that gave so many South Africans so much pleasure. Thank you very much, Patrick, for your time and for sharing your memories with us. Keep your tweets coming through, just some of the sentiments that are coming through on @MorningLive SABC. I looked up to him growing up and was honored to meet him as an actor. This is from Ms. Ndaba saying, rest in peace, Joe Mafela. You will always be on our hearts. @MorningLive SABC, it matters not how a man dies, but how he lives. May your soul rest in peace. #Shebeleza, #rest in peace, Mafela. Barry JB Masalela saying, may your soul rest in peace. S'gudi Snaysi. Philgan Gumedi is saying, rest in peace to the legendary Mr. Joe Mafela. You did your part and we will always miss you. Dudukula saying, oh man, I can't believe this. I'm crying even now. Rest in peace, Dad Joe.